We have an ongoing build series in The Sims 4 on my channel where we attempt original Sims 4 build challenges like each room is a different color, aesthetic, season, but we have to finish that challenge using only custom content. So today we're going to attempt doing each room is a different budget, but we can only use Sims 4 CC. Here is our wheel of prices. They range anywhere from 5 simoleons to 500,000. I think we've got enough variation in there. We'll see how it goes, but let's go ahead and spin for a budget for the outside and we get 50k. Okay, that's a good start. That's a pretty good price for the exterior. So for this build, we're going to be building in Tartosa. This is the world that comes with my wedding stories. And let's go ahead and set our budget to 50k. Normally on this channel, I don't really restrict myself to a budget when building, unless we're aiming for a big budget, like when I did that really expensive mansion series. That was actually crazy. I can't believe I did that. That house cost like, I can't even remember. I think it was like 15 million simoleons. It took me like a month. Throwback to me and my red lip, but that girl was ambitious. So if we get restricted to like a smaller budget, I can definitely see myself struggling a little bit. But for 50k in The Sims 4 for an exterior, normally the starter homes cost like a little less than 20,000. So we're going somewhere above a starter home for this. Even though I have almost spent 10k on my shell. Yeah, over 10k after expanding the shell a little bit. But like if I go in and delete these interior walls, these don't count because they're on the inside. I'm doing the outside. So like we should be able to get a little bit of money back. Oh yeah, look at that. We just got like 3,000 simoleons. And I think I told you guys in my last video that for these Sims 4 custom content videos, I will go and download new custom content every single time. Like I am always on the hunt for new custom content creators and like packs, especially when it comes to exterior items. I find them so tricky to find. This wallpaper and foundation set that I'm using is by Felix Andre. They put out a lot of really good outside CC. And I think before we go any further, I'm going to try and roof it. So let's take a gabled roof piece. I'm going to add this onto the front bit and we're going to pull it across and then we'll pull it all the way to the back. But I'm actually going to stop there because I downloaded these. This is a really interesting item. These are like roof trims. Like, you know how we have trims that go around the top of walls in The Sims 4? These are like the same thing, but they're meant to go along the bottom of your roofing. So I want to make sure that this is at the same angle. I'm going to line it up and then with move objects on, I'm holding Alt on my keyboard to just really get it in there properly. I'm going to carry on with that in a second, but now that we have the angle, I can go in and bring these across as well. I'm going to add another roof piece right here. This one I think I can maybe bring up a little bit. And actually, let's do one more big piece all the way along the entire thing. Luckily, Pierre Sim also has some roof paint, so I'm going to go in with this. This is a really nice one too. There are tons of different swatch options. I'll do a brown trim for now, and then I'm going to go in and complete this roof trim that I was doing. So it's literally like pieces that you can put together. This looks like a corner piece, so I'll put that at the bottom for now. But then these angled ones, you can just trace along your roof like that. I wish we had this as an auto option in game in The Sims 4. Like, look how much that just elevated my roofing. But how pretty. This is going to be fancy. Maybe I need to mind my budget. These are expensive. These are like 227 simoleons each. You know what? If we run out of money, then later we can come back and delete these. But like, come on, that looks so good. I'm gonna actually change the swatch of them. Obviously, they come with a whole bunch of different swatches. So I also just found this item. This is from that same Chateau pack from Felix Andre. So the same one that came with this wallpaper. I'm gonna add these along my corners. Oh my gosh, again, these are like 300 simoleons each. Okay, you know what? We're gonna do this and then we're doing windows and doors. But I've added those along all of my corners. I feel like they match my under roof trim very well. And we have 30k left. So let's build out a little entry. We'll delete this part so we can add some stairs. Luckily, I have a lot of good stair options. I remember when it was really hard to find good stairs, but there we go. And let's see what we have for doors. So budget challenges in The Sims 4 are like a little bit easier for me because I know how things are priced. For this stuff, I have no idea. Like the CC creator could just upload it and set it to whatever price they want basically. Oh, this is a nice door. I'm feeling something like this with like a dark brown wood. This one is really pretty too. Let me see the swatches. Let's try this. This is so nice with those metal details. And then for windows, I also downloaded this set from Pierre Sim. It's a woodland ranch like windows pack and maybe doors as well. So I'm going to use these windows. They come with these shutters, which I feel like this green default swatch is so beautiful. Oh, this is kind of of cool. These are like frames that could go around your windows. Just like you could add a basic window with these and then change the vibe completely. Wait, I want to try and use these again. Why are they so expensive? Probably because they are like really fancy looking, but like let me get a window in there. I'm adding these windows. They fit perfectly in behind that detail that I added. And maybe we can do a bigger window here at the front. Then we can add a fence here on our balcony. What do we have for regular trim? This one is kind of funky with like the wave pattern. These ones are all by Felix Andre. This one's really nice too. I don't want it to interfere with my window though. And I think I just like it going around that one right side. We need just a regular door like this for the balcony. Maybe some stone flooring by the entry. We'll do just some basic wood up top. Okay, I've gone in and done all of my windows around the sides here, and I think something has to change. This window is 832 simoleons. We can definitely find something that's gonna fit and be a little cheaper. Like this is not perfect, but like we just saved so much money by placing that, and I used a lot of these. This is on me for downloading like the fanciest packs ever. Yeah, these really expensive ones have to go. We'll sub those in for the cheaper windows. And like I want to save money because I found this. This is so pretty. This is from the estate pack from Felix Andre. This is where like a lot of my expensive stuff is coming from, but like that just added so much to my house at a cost of 5,800 simoleons. The next problem is I also found this chimney. This is 2,600 simoleons, but I mean if we stick with that we can probably start landscaping. Oh no, I haven't built my back deck yet. Okay, let me bring this out. This might be a little small. You know what, we'll go even smaller than that. Maybe we add these cheap stairs this time. Okay, yeah, if I change my stairs from that to this, I save 1,000 simoleons. I liked those other ones though because they had this bottom bit you can add on. Like you just alt place it next to the stairs and then it gives it this rounded look. It's really pretty, but we'll save it. I have to add flooring back here. I was searching for good terrain paint for a long time for custom content. I found this one. This is by Ciboulette, and they also have this mossy terrain paint. I'm gonna try and use that on the outside as a border. So just tracing along the path that I just made. I think we'll trace it along both sides. Luckily, this is free. And now I think we should just be good for landscaping. Hopefully the landscaping isn't crazy expensive. Like I downloaded these hydrangea bushes. They're similar to the ones that we have in base game, but they just look more full. They're really pretty. And then I have these hedges too. Oh no, we are spending every penny of this, you guys. If there's ground cover, like this isn't bad. This is only 39 simoleons. I can use this a lot. Oh, and this rock border meant for a garden. This is by Ciboulette. I'm gonna size this up, and instead of the hedges, we can use this along the sides of the fence. For a mailbox, I just found this one. This is kind of cool, but it's also giving tombstone, which I love. This house is giving like old Mediterranean passed down family home vibes. I've got these really pretty climbing wallflowers by Ciboulette. These are decently priced. I'm gonna add those along, but then I also found these. It's like this ivy set. They just go on the wall. This is by creator Mutske. I've never downloaded by them, but for $5 vines, I'm thrilled that I found them. And they match the colors of the landscaping that I'm using. These are perfect. I did want to make sure I had things on my patios, so I found these really pretty loungers. They are bougie though. These are like 637 simoleons each, or we could get a full set of these chairs for like basically the price of one of those loungers. Oh my gosh, look how beautiful this rug is. It has cats on it. Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. I would literally buy this in real life. This is by 6MCC. It comes with a cat pack that I downloaded called Besties Me and My Cat CC pack. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be a cat home. I don't think it matches the exterior, but like we're having a cat room for sure. Okay, I'm changing my mind. I'm doing a dining table out on this patio. I'll place just like a cheap plant in the back here. On this patio, same thing, we'll add a plant. This chair is 150 each, so we'll add 2 right here. And with 831 simoleons left, what do we spend it on? Normally I would go in with like a bunch of lighting like this. I guess we could add this stone bench at the front. We could totally use more hedges like along this side, but do we spend that money on hedges? More landscaping would be amazing too. This tree has a little bit of different coloring from the rest of my landscaping though, so these planters are $39 each. I just spent like $300 on 2 more trees. There's like no landscaping back here. It's so sad. I'm gonna take advantage of this free terrain paint and just build a tiny space there. And if there's a skill item, like maybe we can just place some of these garden planters. Or by some, I mean one. Or wait, look at this bicycle. That's so cute. We could use it as decor at the front. It may not add a whole lot, but it's something, all right? I think the final simoleons I'm going to spend will be on a light. This is gonna be a really dark house on the outside at night, so hopefully that'll give us at least a little something. And now all we have left is 3 simoleons. And you know what? I'm happy with it. It's cute. Definitely not as much going on the outside as I normally would on my builds. I mean, really just in terms of landscaping, because there is a lot of detail happening on the actual walls. This has made me so nervous for the interior now though. Don't even look at the back of this thing, but like we do have a cute dining space. Okay, I need to make a layout here. I'm gonna give myself a little extra money to do this because I don't want the budget to come from any of the rooms, you know? I've added these base game saucer lights just for a second so we can see. I'm gonna delete them after. This is CC only. So what if my stairs wrapped around like this? I have a wall here. I can just take this arrow and move it up. So we're not actually cutting off any windows this way. And it takes up minimal space on the upstairs too. So stairs are gonna wrap there. We can try and do a pretty big bathroom here. I'm out of money. Yeah, bathroom there so we really have space to do it. Then we could divide the living room and the kitchen like this. So living room in the front, kitchen in the back, and then potentially a separate dining room. And then to make sure we have flow in between all of the rooms, I'm just gonna use these archways. These are also by Pierre Sim. And then I added a smaller one in here as well. So that's gonna lead from the kitchen to the dining room. I'm assuming my counters will be on this wall. So I just used a small one for that separation. And then obviously our bathroom will have a proper door. Beautiful. And then upstairs, this really did not need to be so big. Whatever, we'll have 2 rooms here. We can do another big bathroom right there, I guess. Just kind of squeeze that window over. And then yeah, we'll leave this part open because we have that patio door right there. So this can just be, I guess, a hallway or another seating area. I'll just add in my doors. I'm also just gonna add a fence right here. And then that's it. Any other flooring or wallpaper or lighting that we choose will be included in the budget. I'm laughing because there's a $5 option and I'm scared. Okay, let's spin for our first room. I can't watch. 10,000 simoleons. All right, where do we think would be the most expensive room in the house? I think personally it would be the kitchen. Okay, so I set my money to 10,000 simoleons. I think the first thing I want to add is lighting. I need to stay away from the 3,000 simoleon chandelier. But then there's this one by Ciboulette. This is like 230 simoleons. I use this one pretty frequently in my CC videos. So similarly, there's this. This is by Peacemaker IC. Kind of a fancy, more modern looking chandelier, and it's cheaper, so we're gonna go with her. And then for flooring, obviously I want to match like the exterior. I want it to be fancy. This one is really nice by Felix Andre. Kind of funky as well with like the shapes in between. And then for wallpaper, there's a lot of really beautiful wallpaper options by Pierre Sim. I don't know if I want to go plain or patterned. We have a patterned flooring. Let me see what we have for counters first. And maybe appliances. Like my cheapest fridge option is $1,600. So that's gonna be our fridge. What about ovens? Oh my gosh, look at this one. This is like 5,000 simoleons, but that is gorgeous. These ones are beautiful too. And then a lot of the other ones that I have sit on top of the counters, similar to the Dream Home Decorator ones. Let's say we try this one. And then we get the cheapest counter possible, which is this one by Mishuno Sun. The description literally says, shabby but cute. Love it. Let's wrap this all the way around like that. This kitchen is really big, so we have a lot of room for island space too if we want. What about if we went darker with these? I feel like that makes it look a little more expensive. And then I don't think those specific counters come with a matching island, but maybe we can get away with this. And now we can pick a wallpaper, preferably something really cheap. Okay, not bad so far. We do still need a sink. I think I'm gonna add this one on the island. We're gonna use some cheaper bar stools. Oh, look at this, a fancy smoke detector. I don't think I've ever had smoke detectors CC. We do need a trash can, so I'm gonna add this one. This is like 400 simoleons, but the only other options we have are this one, which is like a dinosaur. Wait, that's actually really cute. Does not fit our vibe though. Or there's this one, which I think is like meant for a kid's room, but if we just pick a white swatch, we can put it kind of in the corner and then we save a lot of money. I'm pretty sure shelving and like upper cabinets are just out of the question, so I'm gonna add in some plants and maybe also some fancy artwork. We could definitely use some counter clutter. these oranges are only 8 simoleons. Oh, and then near the door, we could add some boots. We could have this little mat by the door. Maybe I'll put the boots on there instead. Some kind of storage in the back here could be nice too. Like there's these shelves and there's this hutch here too if we add like a big picture above it. Whoa, that's a funky picture. This artwork is really cool actually. This is by the Clutter Cat, which is a creator that I recently found. It might still be a little expensive though. I'm gonna try this one for $150. And then for the rest of it, a lot of the kitchen clutter is actually pretty cheap. So I should be able to just use cheaper items to fill in any of the gaps. This plant is pretty big. I'm gonna add that in the corner. These shelves here are actually pretty cheap too. They're like 46 simoleons. So again, I'm just using this with any cheap kitchen clutter I can find, including these shelves over here. Maybe we add some like mugs. Oh yes, this is pretty big for 10 simoleons. Okay, down to the wire, I have 8 simoleons left. Maybe this family really likes oranges because we can add that in a different swatch and we're good. So this is how our kitchen turned out for 10,000 simoleons. I really like this style of it. It looks homey with the clutter in there. There's definitely room for Sims to walk around. I wish this oven wasn't so expensive, but I do feel like the size and the look of it just adds to the room. Over in the corner, this is not anything too special. It's kind of just like a pantry slash a landing for the back door. So we're all set with the kitchen. Let's go back to the wheel and see the next budget. I'm removing these like every time, by the way, so our odds are just getting worse and worse. So the next one is 5,000. I'm kind of trying to do this strategically. So like 5,000 simoleons. Let me set my price. My next thought, I think, is to move on to the bathroom. So for 5,000 simoleons, let's do the bathroom here. I'm kind of trying to do it this way as a precaution. I'm thinking about it like rags to riches, like what Sims need to survive. So my flooring is going to be this tile from Pierre Sim. Wallpaper, I think we could also do this one. This is by the same creator, and we'll get everything they need in here. So we're going to get the toilet. I don't think there's a need to really splurge that much on a toilet. Like this one is 365. Instead, maybe we could get a nice bathtub. Ooh, this could be one of the really fancy bathrooms where we put the bathtub up on a platform. It's gonna be a really nice way to add a little something to this house. We can even have stairs leading up to it. And I think I'll change the flooring up there as well. For the shower options, we're a little limited because we only have this one really. The other ones have bathtubs attached and like there's not really a reason for that since we already have this bathtub, but that's fine. We just have to change around some swatches in our bathroom. Like we go with the same vibe, we just darken it up a little bit. For sink options, we have this one by Clutter Cat, but it's like 1,200 simoleons. And then I'm down a lot of money. I also really like this mirror. We also have this sink by Harry CC. This is literally just like a recolor of the cats and dogs one in game. This mirror could actually go there, and then we have a half wall. I moved that mirror back over. There's this towel rack. I don't think we have toilet paper. Oh, just kidding, we do. It's like this standalone one. Okay, and now I just need some cheap art and maybe a couple plants that I can just put in the corner. I actually just managed to find a cheaper mirror, and this is exactly like the base game one we have, except this one is sized up. That is so cool. This is by Harry CC. It seems like they have this like heritage collection where they've taken items from the game and recolored them and edited them to make them look better, which is great for us because now we can afford curtains. Whoa, how pretty is this? Okay, this is also by the Clutter Cat. I need to do a deep dive on all their stuff because that is so gorgeous. Something about like the texture on it too. Obsessed. I'm keeping it. I'm actually gonna move this robe over to this side. Now we have a hook there, and just because it's a little dark in here, I'm gonna add another light. Okay, so this is how our bathroom turned out. 5,000 simoleons for this bathroom. I'm glad we did this. This way our Sims are going to be able to eat. They're going to be able to take care of their bathroom needs, and we're not going to get screwed and get to the end of this without a toilet. And it's pretty. All right, let's move on. Now we just have the dining room and the living room left on this floor, and let's go ahead and spin for the next price we get. 250,000 simoleons. That's almost too much. That's like more than double what this entire lot costs right now. Okay, money is 250,000 simoleons. We're gonna give them a really fancy living room, I think. So guess what? We do get the 3,000 simoleon chandeliers. We can even have 2. This is the first time in this challenge where we want to spend a lot of money because like my goal is to spend as much of this as possible. This is the most expensive wood option I have. Most expensive wallpaper I have are these options by Joyce is Fox, which is another new creator I recently found. And there are plain options here too. There are some like wallpaper options. These are 37 simoleons per tile. And just like that, we almost spent 10 grand on lighting, flooring, and wallpaper. All right, what do we have for TVs? I know there must be something expensive. Okay, this is good. This is one of those frame TVs. I really like this actually. Oh my gosh, a rainbow. Happy Pride. Oh, this is gorgeous. I really like the textures on some of these swatches too. This artwork is so pretty. I wonder where they found it. This is again by Peacemaker IC. Oh my gosh, we need to put the flooring on the ceiling too. That's another 1,200 simoleons gone. How about a fireplace? I know there's gonna be some fancy ones like this. The priciest fireplace is this one by Felix Andre. It's 4,500. I think I have to change my swatch though. I wanted the rainbow. It's the dark windows. Okay, so let's do this TV. This is the most expensive rug option that I have, and it's super patterned. So if we use this, I think I have to change my wallpaper. It does have to stay as the same price though, which limits my options a little. Let's try this color. Okay, for seating, the most expensive couch I have is this one, which to me looks like a hot dog with like half of a bun. Or there's this set. I really like this one. I've used this before in my CC videos. We'll do that in green. I think there's a matching armchair. Yeah, let's do this. Ooh, look at these curtains. These are by Sixum CC. These are really pretty. Absolutely using these. And let's go all in with like the lighting. These are 520 simoleons each. This is an expensive statue we can add. Ooh, the cat. Some of these swatches are crazy. Oh, but the cat one's really cute too. We are probably gonna need a lot of expensive art on these walls. Like some of these paintings are expensive. Ooh, look at this one. Those look like the debug archways that come from Get Together. These ones are 3,000 each. I'm going to shrink these and add a few of them. We actually still have lots of space and lots of money left to spend. So I think I'll add another seating area in the back here. I just added this bookshelf, and there's this set which we can put together, I think, and make a circular seating area. Like I think they kind of go together like this. Is this what you're supposed to do with these? I actually don't know. I guess we could get away with just 3 of them pushed together like that. Okay, what else? We have so much money left. Maybe we add a computer with like a fancy desk. Most expensive computer we can get is this one. It's 8,500. And then we can use this chair. Whoa, this lamp is huge. Not a whole lot of expensive skill items going on in here. What is this? Oh my goodness. This is like a little fairy castle for kids. Okay, we have to do a kids room. That is so cute. This is by Felix Andre and the Clutter Cat, a collaboration of the creators we're using today. So I guess that means we could add some kids stuff in here. Like there's this little tree house. Oh, creators always knock it out of the park with kids stuff. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just because the themes could be so out there, but there's always cute stuff for kids with custom content. Okay, what else? We have not even spent 100,000 simoleons yet. We could try and do this hutch, and then I'll move these pictures so they're like up here, or we could shrink these and make them even smaller so we can use even more of them. And then we could put shelves up here, and that's even more space that we can use to spend money. And then we have to decorate all these shelves with some clutter. Now that we're getting further along in this house, I feel like this is giving grandparents home and the kids come to visit. So maybe I'll add some of these bags. I have this pack by Pierre Sim, which is just like suitcases and luggage. That looks kind of cute by the door. It's like we have visitors. This mirror is 7,000 simoleons. Yes. Oh, there's a re-swatched Princess Cordelia head, a pricey bottle of champagne. We've got these jars. I am so worried that we're going so bougie on like this bottom floor, and then the top floor is going to be like $5, $10. We're gonna have like a sleeping bag in one of the bedrooms. This room will for sure be the most cluttered room in the house. Should we add some of the cat stuff in here? There's this little bed. I'll put the bed right there, and then since we are kind of close to the kitchen, I guess I could just put the pet bowls right here. The cat stuff is gonna have to go upstairs, but that is so fun. There's like a whole shelving situation too. If we have enough for this hallway upstairs, this is gonna just be the cat room. But at least we've got them covered in here with a bowl and a bed. I'm using some of these paintings up here too. These are 3,000 simoleons. You know what? Instead of these cheaper ones, I'm gonna add a few of these. I can shrink them so they're not gonna look too repetitive. I had some artwork going along the desk back here, which I just deleted, and I'm gonna replace it with all of these ones. Oh, this is expensive too. This matches. It's gonna go over top on the stairwell. That is a super pretty desk area. There's also this painting here, which is really expensive, 7,500. I'm gonna shrink that. Do we have anything fun for electronics? I guess all we really have are those computers. I have a closed laptop that could go here on the desk. Maybe they take that to go to work or something. It's a backup. We can raise this clock up here. We can add another small rug at the door. This is getting hard. Okay, I added another really expensive mirror right on top of each other. Now we're under 100,000 at least. I do have space on this wall. Maybe I can add a couple more of those really expensive paintings. We are resorting to hiding the paintings. I kind of like when they're just just peeking through and they're eating up all of this cash. So like, I like to think that whoever is owning this place just wants all of their paintings on display at all times, like every single one they've ever done. They're proud. Less than 30,000 to go. This room looks crazy. Oh, these little picture frames are expensive too. All right, we're adding just like a bunch of these. They have different swatches. They match our color scheme and they can hide the 10 million paintings that we have lying around. All right, 909 simoleons to go. I think I'll spend it on plants. Okay, here is our living room. We have 8 simoleons left. I think we're good. 250k on this one room alone. This was nuts, but this is actually kind of what I was expecting the interior of this house to look like. It looks so crazy, but like some of the areas I really like, especially this desk area, like that looks so cool. And I feel like it even looks better from this perspective too. Like when you're looking down at it, it feels like a lot, but looking at it from this way is actually not that bad. Sims are still gonna have room to move around. The cats will be happy. There's lots of things to knock over. And there we go. Okay, we have one more room to go, which is the dining room on this floor. So spinning for the dining room, we have a budget of 2,500. Okay, this is completely doable. This is really all we're gonna need for this dining room. I think I'll take the same flooring, like the same one we used in the living room. Ooh, actually, you know what? Before I get ahead of myself, let me see how expensive the tables and chairs are, because I do want a pretty big table and a lot of these are actually pretty expensive. So we will absolutely not be splurging on the wallpaper. Maybe we just do something basic. This one's only $1 per tile, so this is good. What's the pricing on our chairs? I need something that's gonna match the aesthetic, obviously. Oh no, we may need cheaper flooring just so we can afford some more chairs. I'm one chair short. We really can't get much cheaper with like the flooring. Definitely not the wallpaper. I guess we just do 6 chairs. I want to use the cat rug so bad. Don't worry, you guys. It's coming. In this one though, we'll use this rug, which fits really nicely actually with the table. 119 simoleons left. We need something on these walls. And we also need a plant, so I'll try this one. You know what? These chairs are going to be cheaper, but then we'll be able to add more decor in here. Yeah, substituting those chairs, now we have 829 simoleons. Now we can add a big old piece of art. We can add some curtains. A little end table in the corner would be nice. And I found another tapestry here by the Clutter Cat. I have 14 simoleons left, so I could add the oranges. Would probably look nice in here. I could add some magazines. You know what? Let's do that. We'll give the oranges a break. We've even got 5 simoleons for a plate. So there we have a dining room. It looks so much more basic now compared to the living room with so much stuff in it. But as a whole, I think this bottom floor turned out pretty good. We have a few rooms to go. I really want to do this cat room. So spinning the wheel for the next room and we get 7,000. Okay, as much as I want to prioritize the cats, I think we should do a bedroom. Added my lighting. I think we're gonna go probably cheaper on the flooring in this room. We'll try this and I'm gonna do bed before we do wallpaper. Oh my gosh, this bed is the most beautiful bed I've ever seen. This is by 6MCC. Wait, this is from the cat pack. No, my camera. We've got problems, you guys. We may have to finish this off camera. We'll see how it goes. I think it's maybe the cord, not the camera, but we'll see. But we are definitely using this bed. Look at all of the other swatches too. This looks so comfy. Oh yeah, she's bugging. Okay, we're gonna have to do this off camera. I'm gonna order another cord and see if that works. But for wallpaper, we're gonna try this one by 6MCC. This is $4 per tile and looks really pretty. We can add some cute little end tables. These ones are by Ciboulette. I have these lamps that are up on books and not overly expensive either, only 39 simoleons. There's this dresser from that fairy pack. There's this super nice ladder bookshelf we can add. I also wanted some fancy chairs in here, so I'm just making a seating area. We'll add some curtains. We'll add a rug for under the bed, a nice stand-up mirror in the corner, and we're not doing too bad on our budget so far. We still have 1,800 simoleons left, so I definitely want to include a cat bed. This one is so big you could literally fit like 5 cats on there. We can add some cozy baskets, and with a few extra plants, this is how our 7,000 simoleon bedroom turned out. Nice and cozy. I'm obsessed with that bed. I would have liked to put a little more on the walls, but honestly, I think we've got that covered in this house. So spinning for the next budget, and we are doing 750. Maybe I can use this as an effect. It's kind of dramatic, isn't it? Okay, setting my money to 750. This is either going to be kid bedroom, cat room, or the bathroom, and I think it has to be the bathroom. I'm gonna just keep this on until, oh, okay, bye. All right, 750 simoleons. We need the cheapest flooring. Ooh, this one here is only 1 simoleon, and it works as a bathroom tile. This one is pretty cheap as well. Our cheapest toilet option is 225 simoleons. That's paired with the cheapest sink as well at 120. We really need some lighting. This is giving EA bathroom. Let's do the cheapest mirror option. We can't afford a bathtub or a shower, but we can at least add a really big plant and like a couch, question mark? Actually, no, let's do a vanity. The problem is we can't afford the vanities. Wait, this mirror is huge. I thought from the picture it was just a tiny one to go on the desk. Okay, never mind. We'll have that big mirror and then we'll add this table beside. This is 65 simoleons. And for 750 simoleons, I mean, this bathroom is way too big, but it's gonna serve its purpose. You could get ready, use the bathroom, use the sink. I think it's just gonna have to be good enough. I'm green now. You guys are gonna see my reaction no matter what. Okay, spinning for the next room budget, we are doing 1,000. Cat room or kid room? I just searched up Fairylicious, which is the name of that Felixandre and Cluttercat pack, because I want to see my options in here. So I'm adding this playpen. We can use the Bear Light by Ciboulette. Oh, and there's this grass carpet. This is pretty cheap. And we'll use the 1 simoleon wallpaper. The cheapest that we can get is this kid bed. We'll put that in the corner. Oh, look at this dragon. I'm gonna have him sleeping beside the bed. Wait, we could use the $5 vines to decorate. At least a little. I am running out of simoleons. These cat cafe posters are only at 10 simoleons. There's also this plushie. This is 49, but so adorable. These kids deserved better. I will say what they do have is cute. I like the little plushies. I like the lamp. I like the play area over to the side. Here, have another vine. And finally, spinning for the price of the cat room. They love their cats more than their children. So 25,000 simoleons for the budget. I'm gonna grab the same flooring and wallpaper that we used downstairs. I think we'll also use the fancy chandeliers. And here's all of the cat stuff. These cats are going to be so spoiled. Look at this one. Oh my gosh, it's massive. It's so colorful compared to the rest though. I want to try and find some neutral swatches. These cats are gonna be swinging from these chandeliers. This could be a whole cat neighborhood. Wait, look at these with the bows on them. Okay, so far this is the cat corner. I think we'll add a few nice pictures just to match downstairs. We could also add a more relaxed seating area upstairs. Actually, I'll put that over in the corner just so we can make room for this. Back here, because we have the room, I'm gonna add another desk. We have the money for another computer. We'll add a nice picture above it. And of course, we have to include that cat rug. So I'm changing my couch over to a cheaper one. And this way we can add a small table here as well. So this is how our cat room turned out in The Sims 4. 25,000 simoleons for this room. It was more expensive than the bedroom and the kid bedroom, actually more than the rest of the entire upper floor. But I think all things considered, this house turned out really cute. Let me know which room was your favorite. And again, apologies for the camera. Since it was working today, I thought we were in the clear, but alas. So we will definitely get that fixed before the next video. If you guys like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.